Hey guys, welcome to a very special episode of Group Chat.
Big episode.
It's Sunday nights with D.
Sunday nights with the smooth sounds of your favorite
podcasters.
Chinese.
Your favorite Indian brothers.
Indo-Chinese is a big food flavor in India.
Indo-Chinese?
Yeah.
See, they're already infiltrated there.
Yeah, I mean, China has taken over India.
We have a lot of China talk this episode, and that is by way of TikTok. We're talking about TikTok a lot. I mean, I would say top 3 sporting moments of the year happened over the weekend. We got to talk about it.
Okay.
Has to be top 3 most viral clips. Dee's starting a whole college course based on it. And then I would say after that, we really just kind of run through all the topics that you need to know to start off your week.
Mm-hmm.
And then we end with a little, chat about what's keeping people from going back to work. There's some new stuff coming out, new surveys, and there's a topic here that we end the pod with a nice discussion. You ready to go?
Let's get it.
Let's do it.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, Group Chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
Welcome back to Sunday Evenings with D and Drama.
Tonight, we're going to have R&B slow jams all night.
Tonight, Slow Jams brought to you by DJ Omicron.
Omarion, from what I see on Twitter.
It seems to be, they should have just called it Omarion.
I mean, best case for Omarion.
Yeah, it is.
You know why? Because it's, it's not deadly.
True.
It's just
True. Plus,
kind of just ruins your night.
Who else was saying the word Omarion?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was probably bad for Corona beer
Yeah.
because they had a good, good reputation. Omarion.
It loves it.
I haven't said the word Omarion since 2014. I don't even know why I said it then, actually.
Yeah, it's probably 5 years before that.
I don't know what conversation
I was a
having.
big B2K guy.
No, you weren't.
I thought they were great.
What point in your life was B2K?
Probably 30. What is B2K? Maybe 15 years ago? 25?
15. Probably
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, 25 years ago.
So you're running around the streets of LA,
Bump, bump, bump.
getting 5-4 popping, on your way to fucking
I'll give you a better
Las
story.
Palmas playing B2K
I was at 106 in Park watching B2K.
live.
We used to dress the host,
Yeah.
AJ, who at that time of television,
Yeah.
106 in Park and TRL were
Yeah.
insane.
Absolutely.
Just madness.
Yeah.
And so we used to dress him. And one day the lady was like, hey, if you're ever in New York, come to 106 in Park. I was like, yeah, I'd love to come.
And it was B2K day.
B2K.
And you were already a fan?
I was already a fan.
That's like when you feel a Delilah now and LeBron walks in.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for you. You know what else I just wanted to shout out because you said that held really strong is the 5'4" placement in Entourage.
Oh my God.
It is strong.
It's wrong.
Because every now and then I go back and watch it. It's strong.
I remember vividly the wardrobe stylist on that show. Her name was Amy. I forgot her last name. But she randomly reached out to us
Yeah.
and said, hey, I am styling this new television show. I'd love to get some gear. I'm a fan of the brand.
Did she say Mark Wahlberg?
No, she said nothing. And, at that time, we would just send anyone anything.
Yeah.
And you don't know what comes of it.
Totally.
18 months later, this show comes out and everyone was hyping the show up. I remember watching it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
this is the show.
It was prominent.
Yeah.
It was good.
Big logo.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is it was Vinny Chase wearing the
hat, right?
the hat,
Yeah.
and then Turtle would wear the jackets.
Yeah.
And
It held up strong.
yeah,
Okay, let's talk about what didn't hold up strong.
the guy that Jake Paul punched
Tyron
in the
Woodley's
face.
jaw.
So I missed it.
Oh my God.
I caught the highlight. Can I tell you how divisive this whole thing is with Jake Paul and whoever he's fighting at the moment.
What's divisive?
I'll tell you. I got home from dinner at 9:30, probably.
Okay.
I think the fight was over by then.
Yep.
Sports Center posted the clip of Jake Paul punching him in the face and knocking him out. I posted on Sports Center. I was like the first one to comment. I put the goat emojis. Okay. Holy fucking shit. I got attacked.
What are people saying? Give me some highlights.
Take away his verified badge. You're a clown. Just like attacked. Just full on attacked. Because I said he's
like
the
Trump.
GOAT.
He's Trump.
He's the GOAT.
He's Trump.
Yeah.
If you say Trump is the GOAT, you would have got the same reaction.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing. I think
he's what, top 3, 4 of all time at this point?
YouTubers?
I mean, I don't know, boxing.
Influencers?
Every time I turn on, he's beating someone up.
Oh my, see, that's the problem. You're the problem. You're the fucking problem. You're why this bullshit's going to continue. And let me tell you this. I think
you hang out with like real boxers. What do they think about him? GOAT?
I think it's a joke.
Uh-huh. Why do they think it's a joke? He's
I
beating
feel like
people
attacking
up.
you. I feel like the guys on Sports Center now.
But was that fixed? He just knocked him out cold?
It wasn't fixed. He knocked him out. But here's the thing. I think, so what the boxers that I know think of it is that it's a joke.
It's entertainment.
Yeah, it's just a YouTuber fighting people. But
he's not a people. Tyrone Woodley. He's a people.
He's a people.
He's a people.
He's 39 years old.
He's not hanging out at 3rd Street Promenade like fighting people.
He's a people. If you put Jake Paul against a real boxer, like a young pro in his weight class, the handful of fights, he gets wrecked. This is my prediction. I think if Jake Paul didn't get that spectacular knockout, which was absolutely incredible.
Unbelievable. That guy was knocked out, right? Like
knocked
cold.
out as cold as someone could
What
be.
happened post-game?
He shimmied awake and did an interview, a post-fight, press conference. But that's as clean as you can get knocked out. It was absolutely incredible. Super impressive. Jake is incredibly strong, incredibly hard puncher. But I think if he didn't knock him out like that, I think Jake Paul's fighting career was over last night. Because this is why I say that, because you didn't watch the fight. The fight was horrendous.
How many rounds was it?
It was scheduled for 8. I think he knocked him out probably in the 6. But it was literally just, it was worse than the last one. It was just, they'd throw a couple punches and then they'd grab each other and then the ref would break them up. Throw a couple punches, and literally it got to the point where they were throwing a couple punches, grabbing each other. The whole audience was just booing. The ref would break them up again.
What city was this fight in?
Tampa.
I mean, best case.
I don't know why. Why Tampa?
I know why.
Just Jake Paul. Yeah. But look, so I don't, and look, no, actually, to be honest, even though it might sound like it, no hate to Jake. It's impressive. And that knockout was really impressive.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying the fight was so bad.
But for the purposes of his mystique, it goes.
Because no one cares. All that happens is that knockout.
That clip.
Is the most viral one. Literally what? That's top 3 if you went by impressions, most viral sports clips of 2021.
Top boxing clip of all time?
I don't know the history. I mean, look, Mike
given
Tyson.
Given social media.
Okay, let's just say since the days of social media, yes.
Is there any? I can't remember a bigger hit.
I don't think so. If you just went by impressions.
So my emojis were correct with the goat.
He's the impression goat.
Yeah.
But
greatest impression of all time, Giat.
You know what really impresses me about these guys is he's the Giat. They cannot help but just dominate the internet.
Yeah.
They never fail. Every time.
Even I saw some clips. So I obviously went on TikTok to look for the clip.
Yeah.
And then I got served how many crypto punks these guys own.
Yeah.
How many board apes. It just became like anything relevant happening, they're participating in.
Yeah.
Which makes me think the missed opportunity of like very wealthy people, like billionaires, who are constantly trying to be famous.
Yep. Just got a box.
No, it's just like do things that are relevant. It's so simple.
They just don't understand.
Like buy an ape, punch someone in the face.
Yeah.
Like it's very simple.
Yeah.
It's
Change
not
your
hard.
display pic to the ape.
Yeah.
Post a clip of you punching said person in the face. I think that like it's
You
a
could beat
skill.
up the virtual ape and you would still go viral.
Like we talked about it with Trump. He literally buy an ape, put someone in ape costume, beat them up, make display pic. Yeah. We talked about it before that like I think in the Trump era that like this, whatever you would call this should be like, they should teach it in college.
Yeah.
Because it is like a weird skill or like a...
I want to call it Impressionism 101.
You should do that. Imagine you come to Dee's The History of Impressionism.
Impressionism 101
at Harvard.
At Harvard.
Veritas.
And the first
day one.
Jake Paul. So how many pussies can box?
It's all these fucking art students. Like, what the fuck? Yeah,
I study the great impressionists. I've never seen more impressions than Jake and Logan Paul.
Yeah, that's it. There's the class. Do what they do. Yeah, it's just like it's a skill that is so useful in the modern age.
Yeah,
that the billionaires you're talking about just don't have. But anytime they do, I mean, Elon has it. So I'd say Elon has it.
By the way, Elizabeth Warren got Omicron.
Rough. And she got videoed walking off an Omni private jet.
Yes. Omni BJ.
Bad timing with $12 million in fucking stock holdings. Rough one.
Yeah.
So anyway, look, the show goes on.
Yeah.
I don't know who he fights next. They're doing a really good job at like not putting him into real danger. And look, one day he wants to fight real boxers. Maybe he can.
I think he fights Floyd Mayweather when he's 52, 53 years old.
Yeah, I'm here. I mean, look, whatever the spectacle, I'll watch it till he quits. I'll pay for the fights.
He's not quitting for 20 more years.
But I just think like what happened? I mean, eventually does he get, like what happens if Conor McGregor goes in the UFC, loses his next fight to someone like relatively easy? You then go fight Jake Paul because you want to make your, 50 million? And he beats the shit out of him.
No, they won't. It's not good for business.
It's good for the Conor McGregor business.
Nah, even Conor is like, all right.
Get a rematch?
Yeah. Just kind of fuck him up, get like a decision and keep it moving.
But don't you think that the majority of don't you think there is now like a bounty on Jake Paul's head? Like every fighter is like,
sure.
I want to be the guy to do what he did to Tyron.
But it's not good for business. He's too big to fail world now.
But you got
to be in the business of just let the fuckery continue.
Well, whatever. Sign me up.
Yeah.
Right. I liked it. And man, even though I'm saying what I'm saying about it being a boring fight and all that stuff,
it had you
when he literally, okay, so we watched the fight. I watched it with Karina and her friend because we just happened to throw it on. And it was so boring. And we're like, okay, don't worry. Something will happen. And when he got knocked out, it was literally as if someone, like there was a sniper in the upper deck that shot him in the face. It was like,
yeah.
Like it was like this crazy, like they were like, is he dead? Like, what? Is he okay? It was so fucking shocking because the rest of the fight was not like that. Anyway. Okay, well, there we go. Another day in Impressionism.
Yeah, great Impressionism.
All right, now, do you want to move on to the Ami?
Yeah.
The Omarion? Omarion variant.
Holiday parties are canceled.
Everything's canceled.
So we had 4 parties this weekend.
Okay. You went to all of them? Should I move my seat a little farther?
All of them canceled.
All 4?
Everything got canceled.
This is like kids stuff?
So 2 kid stuff, 2 adult stuff, nothing. And then one was like a full-on rager.
All of them canceled?
All of them canceled.
Wow.
So we had a babysitter for Saturday night. So we ended up having dinner with Morgan Stewart and her husband at a restaurant. But like everything else got canceled. And basically what we're seeing is that everyone isn't scared of it.
Yep.
They're scared that it may give it, because of the timing of the year, that your family member might get it.
Yeah.
So all the people I was hanging out with are much younger.
Yeah.
And they were all like, I don't want to go home and just like wipe my family out.
Yeah, same. Because we don't know. It seems like this thing's not as dangerous, but you don't know what happens when it hits the grandmas.
Yeah.
It still seems, it's not nothing.
It's not nothing, but I'll tell you from at least everyone I know that has gotten COVID in the last week, and I know a shitload of people.
How many would you say? Because you know a lot of people, so.
50.
50.
Yes, easily 50 people. To the point where my wife all week was like, you have COVID, you have COVID, you have COVID, you have COVID. Like, you're ruining all of our Christmases.
You're
like,
the Matrix.
Yeah. And so I got tested yesterday, and Dominic got tested. My wife, everyone got tested. We all got negative. This is dumb. I went to a holiday. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like, oh, my friends, like, it's a get together for their companies. It was like coming. It was a holiday party.
Yeah.
Someone tested positive at that, and they sent an email out like, hey, just want to let you know you've been exposed.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. And I went with one of my friends who listens to the pod, and I was like, fuck me. Like, our wives are going to stab us in the neck.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I just hope nothing happens. Luckily we got tested and we're fine. But the amount of people that have told me that they have COVID or they have someone friend who has COVID is way more than this time last year when I was like, I remember vividly this time, I would say January last year.
Yeah.
I knew the most I'd ever heard.
Yeah.
This to now is even more.
I mean, I heard New York, it's like lines like around the block at like the testing centers and the urgent cares.
Yeah.
But I don't hear of
really
like
sick.
Crazy severity. Yeah.
No.
Are you boosted?
I'm not boosted. I was supposed to go Friday and I just forgot. I had an appointment.
You had a party instead.
I was hungover from the Thursday.
It was either
party.
exposure or booster.
So, you know what's crazy is I have the exposure thing on the Apple phone.
Does it do anything?
So it did something when I went to Miami.
Oh, yeah,
I got home.
Just fucking
Yeah, I got the notice.
just
and then,
going off.
You've been exposed. And then so I asked all my friends, I'm like, oh, are you guys getting this? Because like I never turned that on. So like no one's turned it on.
I mean, your phone, that thing probably just goes insane. Oh my God.
I'll tell you, here's my trick. I'm around all these people all the time. I'm not even joking. When other people are talking, I literally close my mouth.
And that's why you have never gotten COVID.
That's the secret.
We need to get you on Joe Rogan.
I have a real mask. Like a physical mask. It's like this.
Both of them.
No, I put my head face down.
Oh, so it doesn't go into your nostril.
Yes.
And then you close your mouth.
Because spit comes from...
Oh, it goes down.
Yeah.
You might be onto something.
I'm telling you.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
If there's anyone I trust, I'll take any tip you got.
I was with a friend and he was like, oh, excuse my spit. And I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter. My mouth's closed.
Mm-hmm. The cure for COVID. We found it. Close your damn mouth.
You know, the problem is people have a couple couple drinks. Like, you know what? When I'm drinking and I see people, I'm not laughing.
Mouth closed.
Not a fucking peep out of me.
Wow. And this is how you beat COVID?
Yeah, you beat COVID.
Wow. So what happened? I mean, football, they're postponing some football games.
So I'll give you, here's my biggest challenge, is that the Omicron thing happened and everyone just cancels everything. You can't go to school. You can't do this. And, you know, obviously LA and California are extreme.
What's happening at school?
I'll tell you, in our school, we got cold feet and we just didn't send him this week.
Okay, got it.
And because we're about to see relatives. Yeah, we're about to see relatives. So we're like, fuck it. But here's what I think the right thing to do is what the NFL is doing. And it doesn't pertain to schools, but a lot of events. NFL could have easily canceled games and said, whatever, it's over. But obviously money matters. It's almost near playoffs. So what they do, they just postponed it. Yeah. So if you're vaccinated and you don't have symptoms, you have to be put into a different bucket. I don't think it's fair to be put in the same bucket as unvaccinated people that have symptoms.
So you mean
if you have symptoms?
You mean if you're vaccinated, you don't have symptoms, but you are tested positive?
Yeah.
What bucket should you go in?
Fuck it, play.
The fuck it bucket.
Yeah. Fuck it bucket. Yeah.
Play, but can't you still spread?
I mean,
Those guys are dogpiling on top of each other. You're not.
Okay,
Everyone's in there.
Okay, by the way,
D.
I've never heard the NFL cancel a game for CTE or concussion.
Hey, but that doesn't show up for years.
Yeah.
If COVID showed up in 10 years, we'd be business as usual.
But I think the NFL's like, we're not ruining our season.
Yeah.
So they rescheduled games for Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
So one game got rescheduled for Monday, 2 games for Tuesday.
But that's not going to do it.
Do what?
That's not going to solve anything. I think it'll just slow it.
The problem is it was mega stars testing positive.
Yeah.
So we're not Baker Mayfield. They're in the middle of a playoff hunt. They got to reschedule the game. Like the Rams had like 26 players. All right, we'll give them 4 more days. Let them test negative.
Yeah, just give it some time.
Yeah.
What's the NBA doing? Because they're the same thing.
Yeah, so Kyrie was activated for non-home games. And he was in COVID protocol.
That sucks. Because look, there's so many people that are vaccinated in the NBA that got tested positive. So like, it's not.
I think it's like 90-something%, 95% in professional sports are vaccinated.
Yeah. And
so it's literally Kyrie Irving is the only one that's not vaccinated.
Yeah, but the reason why I feel bad for Kyrie is because, of course, everyone's going to pile on him.
Yeah.
But everyone's testing positive. So whatever. We'll see how the recovery is. But
I mean, you know a lot of young people. Do you know anyone that's actually sick?
No. I know people that have COVID. I know people that are triple shotted up and still got it. I know people that have been vaxxed, had the old COVID and got the new drop. But no one that's crazy sick.
Yeah. So that's my thing is like, if we as a society need to, and I said this last week, make a determination, is it, this is clearly not as impactful as it was previously.
Yeah.
We can't just keep shutting shit down.
I agree.
If people are just...
We got to just roll with this one.
Yeah, we have to, Omicron, Omarion.
We got to, come on, throw on the Omarion, keep it moving.
Yeah.
I would say though, probably like red alert for personal responsibility when it comes to how you handle the holidays. Because I feel like there's a bunch of grandmas about to get shipped home some Omicron.
So I was at the Grove just before this.
Yeah.
It was like a Miami nightclub.
Just packed.
I mean, like...
Omicron everywhere.
Like the whole group I was with, which was my family and cousins and nieces, everyone was like masked the fuck up. Like,
but nobody else.
No, people, I think like I would say 90% at the Grove.
Even outside?
Dude, it was so crowded. It felt like you were inside. Like,
it was like a push through a crowd like you're in a crowd. Oh.
Like, hold everyone's hand. We're going through the crowd. I mean, it was insanely crowded. I mean, did you go out this weekend at all? Restaurants or anything? I went to a restaurant last night. It was fucking slammed. Slammed.
Yeah, everything's slammed. Everything's packed. Yeah, no one cares. I mean...
I think if companies had a holiday party, they cancel it.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing.
I got DMs. My company's going forward with their holiday party. They don't give a fuck.
But I just have to believe that the danger would be in taking it home to old people.
Yeah.
Because I would say, like, fuck it. That's what everyone should do. Pack it out. Let Omicron sweep through. Everyone build your antibodies. Hopefully we're moving in the right direction where the next variant is even less harmful. Yeah. And fuck it.
Yeah.
But I would say I fear for the grandmas and gramps. Because there's so many people about to go back to fucking Minnesota and waltz on into grandma and grandpa's house right after leaving the fucking Grove turn up. And they're going to hand off some Ami.
Yeah, I mean, it's unclear to me that that's going to do anything though.
Meaning that it'll hurt anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grandma might just have some sniffles.
Maybe this is the death of COVID.
I think it is.
That's the theory. But the other thing that's so dangerous is, think about it. Omicron is really like a week old in the US, I would say. Like last week, I think we were still kind of talking about like a couple cases here.
2 weeks, yeah.
The point is like the hospitalization or death measure is like 2 weeks later. So there is a chance that next week we could hear.
So you would say then, next week is really the test.
Yep. If we make it past next week,
We're chilling.
Go give Grandma a big hug. She could use the extra
Come here,
antibody.
Grammy.
Come on, Grammy. We're going to toughen you up. 2 weeks, you'll have some new antibodies. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. But I will say for me, thinking about flying to Ohio, being around a lot of family indoors, it does seem a little sketch.
Yeah.
Omicron seems so viral.
So are you hearing any of it in Ohio or no?
No, I got to check. I didn't check. I got to check in. Did you see the clip, topic jump, did you see the clip of Charlemagne the God with Kamala Harris?
I heard about it. I did not see any clips.
It makes me really happy because Charlemagne the God used to be one of my favorite people in entertainment because he was super controversial. You know, he had the Birdman, put some respect on my name moment. He had some huge moments.
Soldier Boy.
He had some great moments, but I feel like he kind of got like, you know, he grew up and matured and kind of stopped doing that a little bit. But he interviewed Kamala Harris and he said, who's running the country, Joe Biden or Joe Manchin? And at first, it was the funniest thing because it's the most clear example of like her assistant trying to pretend that the audio went down. Because you see Kamala start to respond. And then the assistant's like, oh, sorry, disconnection. We really got to go, Charlemagne. Sorry, it's me. It's sorry. And then he's like, oh, she's pretending she didn't hear me. And Kamala's like, oh, I heard you. Blah, blah, blah. Come on. You sound like a Republican, whatever. It was this moment that went viral.
Wow.
It was big. It was like a
I gotta watch this.
It was another clip. It was, I would say, second to Jake Paul.
That was the hot clip of the weekend.
That was the hot clip of the weekend.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was a good Charlemagne moment. But in that lane, Joe Manchin has came out and said super out in the open, he's a no on Build Back Better. And that could be a deal breaker.
And he's a Democrat, and they needed his vote plus a tiebreaker from Kamala Harris to get his bill passed.
So if he votes yes, it passes?
It passes. And so he's from West Virginia, and he said, I can't vote for it. I cannot vote to continue with this piece of legislation. I just can't. I've tried humanly possible. I can't get there. And it's really about adding to the national debt. Yeah. So I think finally Democrats have came around to this idea that like
inflation's
there was a lot of positive with doling out all this money, but there's a lot of negative too. And so now we're dealing with the consequences of it. And I think places like West Virginia probably get the brunt of the negative of it.
Yeah.
California gets the best.
Yeah.
Infrastructure, climate change. It's amazing for us.
I don't even know what we get. We get any hot shit? Anything cool?
Yeah, I mean, who do you think is going to get all the money? It's going to be...
Of course. Just rain on California. Yeah. But is there anything in this bill, because I haven't looked at it at all, is there anything in it that like affects you in any way?
No.
Who does it affect?
It really affects... So I think it's a huge boon for people that are in the infrastructure business. So think transportation, think, the modernization.
I'm not sold.
EV.
You don't even know.
No, it is that.
I know, but it just sounds boring.
It is. It is boring, but like it's all the things that like people want America to be better at, like in terms of like the roads and highways and climate change. It's all that money, but like we know we can't allocate that well. And that's going to go to thin air.
That shit's going to all the Democrats' homies. Yeah. What about armed robberies? Is there anything about that in there?
Yeah, you go outside, you get robbed. That's it.
Got it. Infrastructure.
This is basically robbery. That's why.
Got it.
Even the Democrats can't get this over the finish line because they know it's wasteful spending.
Because what I was going to say is all the negative effects of this does affect us.
Yes.
Very obviously.
Yeah.
And so I have a hard time, like, this is not a fight I would jump into, but my instinct with no education on it is I don't want this thing to pass.
Because historically, we have not been able to allocate spending in the government efficiently.
Yeah.
And why would that change now? There's no fucking chance that would change.
It's because you got to take it from Elon.
Yeah.
You know, if you took it from him, it would be solved.
I mean, I think it's better to, historically, America's been better, give it to private companies You're better off giving subsidies to private companies and tell them to figure it out.
Yeah.
They just do a better job at it.
But that's so not Democrat.
No, that's not Democrat, but like, because you know what happens is that if you told some entrepreneur that said, you know what, we want to modernize our infrastructure in America, like highways, roads, railways, and by the way, you're going to become a billionaire because of it. That's not democratic anymore.
Yeah.
In terms of the party,
yeah.
But it's probably best for the country. We saw with Tesla what they've done. It's fucking phenomenal.
But Elon said he doesn't need the EV help.
No.
I believe him.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I'm with Elon.
By the way, neither does Ford and GM. They have a line of people trying to buy their cars.
Yeah. It just seems like a waste.
Yeah.
It just seems like a promise that was made in the campaign.
Yeah.
And you just feel the need to see it through. But
well, it's not going to happen now. So that's not going to happen. So you got to either evolve your thinking and change the plan, or Democrats are screwed for the next couple elections. There's between crime, tax, inflation.
The only hope which isn't a hope at all, is the Republicans go too far the other way. That would be the best bet for future Democrats.
Yeah, Republicans need to just go shoot minorities in public for the only chance for them to lose. Like you just walk around, you start shooting ethnic
then
people.
They lose. Yeah.
Otherwise,
if they do a half decent job,
yeah. If you just shut the fuck up, if I'm the Republican national chair, I just tell everyone, shut the fuck up. These guys are imploding by themselves.
Yeah.
You don't even do anything. You're guaranteed going to win every seat, every election. It's 100%.
I feel like that's what they're doing. Because I'll be honest, like they sound.
Don't talk about abortion. Don't talk about Jesus.
Yeah, don't say that shit.
Don't say anything.
Yeah.
Because if you get riled up about one topic and go national with it, it's a wrap.
That's the problem. They're going to go take their victory lap.
Yeah.
They're going to start winning some shit.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be like, abortion.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Minorities, you're out of here.
Yeah. You. Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out. Like, damn it. But yeah, it sounds like they're like literally from what I see, and I'm not exactly a Fox News viewer, but it seems like all the clips and stuff that hit my radar are just them calling out all the absurdities of the Democrats.
Yeah.
Which is a great strategy.
I know I have so many friends that I would say they're like conservative Democrats.
Yep.
Like they're liberal in many sense of the word, but there are certain things, specifically when it comes to money, they're conservative on.
Yeah.
And they're blatant and saying, I'll never fucking vote for the Democrats again.
Yeah.
And they're fucking rich. It's not good. I mean, like if
There's
I'm
probably so much of that happening.
There's so much, and that's like a friend telling me. I can't imagine what privately is happening when you're with your wife and you're with your husband and you're like, fuck this.
Yeah, think about all the friends that are like, I love Biden.
I mean,
and then secretly are
because like
dropping DeSantis.
Here's the problem is if you live in a big city and you have kids, you've become conservative.
For sure. And I think those people have stayed, the way that I view it is quiet. I think those people stayed quiet and they're just waiting for the moment to be able to vote.
100%. Like I hate to say this, but Gascon follows us, our podcast and all of us.
On like Instagram and stuff?
Yes. And
hey man, we're doing a service for the city here.
I get some pretty nasty messages from my friends.
Yeah.
Because they're like, you supported this guy. And I was like, look, I'm okay with evolving my view. I was wrong.
Yeah.
I should not have supported him. I did not know. Here's the thing that I totally mistook, and I've said this on the podcast, is that I believe that non-violent juvenile offenders should not have been treated the same way as some violent criminal.
Yep.
The problem is it got exploited.
Yeah.
Right? Like gangs and people exploited it, and they're sending juveniles to do violent crimes.
Yeah.
And so they've exploited the system.
Yep.
So, I mean, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Like,
and I think a lot of people did.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people bought into this, like, oh yeah. Like why would we lock up kids?
Yeah.
what are we thinking? We're so, and then
you forget that people always exploit. And you give people an inch, they take a mile.
The problem is I still feel that way. That's the hard part is like, I still feel like the criminal justice system is
fucked up
in a lot of ways, but like that didn't work.
Yeah. And the problem is it's over. Unfortunately, criminal justice reform is toast.
Yeah.
It's fucking toast.
Well, that's the problem now is like, now what do you do? Because any attempt is going to be a hard sell.
Yeah.
And the problem is still very much there.
Yeah, because we gave it a shot and everyone exploited it.
Because now the answer is going to be law and order.
Yeah.
Guys go and look, hey, thanks for coming on the pod, man. But we gotta clean this shit up.
Yeah. My guy.
my dude. I wasn't on that episode, but look, man. Try something different.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to talk about TikTok?
Yeah.
They're just fucking making moves. So, China's like, wow, we have, we got a hook in America. And I was just going to say America's youth, but all ages. They have the most viral platform by far. I can only imagine what the numbers are that we'll never know. But they're making big moves. So, this one's just, I didn't know this. They're launching restaurants.
Yep.
So like a cloud kitchen type delivery only. Is this because like they're going to make food go viral?
They already are.
Well, yeah. And then they're just going to launch the restaurant?
Yeah. Here's the thing that I love about TikTok that's so different than Facebook is that Facebook will take like years. Like think about everyone has said, I don't know, 8 years ago, Instagram should launch shopping.
Yep.
Why the fuck did you take 6 years to do that?
Yep.
You should have done it 6 months later.
Yep.
And the problem was because they didn't have any competition. And then TikTok came along and TikTok is doing everything. You want live shopping? They got it. You want this? You got it. So now they're literally turning viral food videos into meals you can actually order and enjoy. Virtual dining concepts. And they partnered with Grubhub to launch TikTok Kitchen. This is going to fucking work.
It's going to work. It's for sure going to work.
Some person makes some weird dish. Everyone in the world is going to want it.
I went yesterday to Chipotle with Karine and she ordered some weird bowl with some
TikTok bowl?
Yeah. It was a bowl. She ordered a weird bowl and then she ordered this like dressing and like this concoction of things. I'm like, what is this? And she's like, oh, I saw it on TikTok. And she loved it. And I don't even know if she actually loved it or just.
But you have to love it.
Yeah. So it's already working. It's just crazy. Well, whatever. I've said it a million times, but we have to be on TikTok. And I'm the last person that wants to admit that because I love it.
TikTok kitchen sales will go to both support the creators who inspired the menu item and to encourage and assist other creators to express themselves on the platform. So like TikTok knows you got to incentivize the idiot that came up with the concoction.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're going to give him or her a percentage.
It's brilliant.
I mean,
isn't that what Revolve just launched?
Yeah.
Right?
The ambassador program.
Yeah. They just launched a thing where you can, anyone above X amount of followers can tag Revolve and you get a piece of the sales.
Yeah.
China's right there with them. Who would have thought?
Why not reward your users?
That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Because like even YouTube does in such a big way.
Yeah.
Instagram's stingy.
No.
Facebook's stingy. Meta.
Bunch of misers.
Okay. Why does TikTok have a Discord? Are they getting into the NFT game?
They're getting into gaming. They're getting into fucking gaming.
Imagine if fast forward 20 years, United States is owned by China. We all pledge allegiance to the Chinese flag and the Trojan horse was TikTok. Can you imagine how stupid we're going to feel?
TikTok is going to own China and I pledge allegiance to TikTok.
To the savage. Classy, boozy. No, because China owns TikTok. How could TikTok own China?
TikTok might be more powerful than the government.
I think it is. But I think it's the ultimate weapon.
If I would think of one company that is most detrimental to Facebook and Amazon, by far it's TikTok. TikTok could be Amazon and Facebook combined because they have the marketing power to sell anything. So, eventually, what is Amazon really good at? It's just really logistics.
Yeah.
It's not good at anything else. They just get you shit fast.
Yeah, it's just, logistics.
That's all it is. There's nothing to it. Chinese companies don't have to obey the same rules as American companies.
Yeah.
All the fastest growing fashion company in the world is Shein. It's a Chinese company. So imagine if TikTok partners with manufacturers in China, they all just ship directly from China to America, which we subsidize and not charge duties for.
Yeah.
And it's basically Amazon, but just ships from China.
But also, what stops, why don't you just put a bunch of these things together and just open fulfillment centers in the US?
What I'm saying is I don't even think you have to bring the goods in here.
Yeah.
Just ship it directly.
But don't you think ultimately, the real reason Amazon is because of the speed? Don't you think ultimately they would have to compete there?
Sure, if the price drops 25%, you have to wait 2 extra days. I don't think you care. And then eventually you'll have fulfillment centers locally, which will do the bare necessities, the toilet paper, the toothbrush. But if it was a dress, you'd wait 2 extra days. If it was a cologne or whatever that
the point is that's an easy move. That's an easy addition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's
because
working,
you have to bring the goods into America. The advantage of shipping out of China is there's no duties. So you fucking crush.
Yeah.
If I'm China, I subsidize all of TikTok e-commerce and just say, fuck it. Let's just drown Amazon to the ground.
Yeah.
Some of the biggest sellers in China, some of the biggest sellers on Amazon are from China. They're not even American companies.
Yeah.
I've been on plenty of...
There's so much of that.
I've met so many people that they're like, I'm the largest battery pack. I'm like, oh, where are you located? Guangzhou.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I was like, damn.
There's also zero doubt in my mind that TikTok listens. The other day, this is why I know. TikTok, because I know everyone says I think Facebook's listening to my conversations. Probably. And I've had some moments that were pretty undeniable. But the other day, was watching Narcos Mexico, which
How is that?
Decent.
Not good.
Not up your alley, though.
Yeah. I like Narcos.
Yeah, but there's heads getting blown off and stuff.
I don't want to see that.
Brains on a window, It's not very B2K.
Bum, bum, bum.
D2K. There's a Photoshop for our team.
Yeah.
But I was watching Narcos Mexico, which is mostly in Spanish and then subtitles. And it started serving me Spanish videos. Not even oh, here's an ad for Spanish. It was literally just people in Mexico.
Yo habla español.
Yeah. And I said, no habla español, TikTok. It made a mistake. But there's no other way than it's listening to me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's unbelievable.
Okay, so they're getting into gaming. And
they're testing PC gaming. They're testing it all. Fuck it.
Is gaming... Am I really stupid here? Is gaming a uniquely American? Do we own
no.
Famous gamers?
No.
In China, they're cutting that shit off at 9 p.m. or whatever.
Yeah, but if you look at League of Legends, it's so big in Asia.
But is it American stars?
No, it's not.
They have stars.
Because our friend Dustin used to, oversee the event side of it, and
so there's a Chinese Nick Merckx.
Yeah. Chinese Banks.
Got it. That's his name. Yo, I'm Chinese Banks. What's up? I'm China the Tap Man. Okay. So never mind then.
Yeah.
It's scary, man. I think it's...
TikTok should be illegal in America immediately.
No question.
Yeah.
We can't do anything there.
No, you can't. We can't even sell fucking clothes. Forget social media, the internet, anything. Think about how stupid. If I'm American government and we're sitting talking about TikTok and policy, and there has to be one person in all of Congress that has a 24-year-old on their staff that's hey guys, you dumb motherfuckers, do you know what's going on? Does anyone who work in Washington, D.C. know what TikTok is? Or are you all too... I don't know. What are you doing at the Smithsonian?
What could honestly be the excuse?
They just don't know. They don't know. They're fucking stupid.
Like, do you realize that Kellyanne Conway, I know it's kind of over now, but Kellyanne Conway's daughter, Claudia or whatever her name is like huge on TikTok.
Huge.
Still. And still like post videos of her mom like yelling and like her in like, you know, content. Little outfits. Yeah. Like they know.
Yeah.
But do you think they're just that?
I don't think anyone...
Head in the sand?
Yeah, I mean, if I was a congressperson, I'd be like, who's my chief of TikTok?
Yeah, like a fucking 17-year-old girl.
Yeah.
That's like, yo, this shit's
Yeah, you know what? Mansion, you should probably shut this down.
Yeah, because how do you not, like, you just saw, and it's all the rage, what just happened with Facebook and like elections and were the Russians involved? And you're arguing over what were the Russians involved? How many fake accounts are owned by Russians on Facebook? The whole fucking platform is owned by China, and you're not even looking at it.
No.
And I love TikTok too. I'm gonna hate to see it go.
It'll never go. We'll never ban it. There's no chance TikTok ever gets banned. It'll get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then one day we're just like, yeah.
Would you bet me $10,000 that this time next year, TikTok still exists?
I'd bet you $1 million.
Really?
TikTok's bigger than ever, and we're just not even on these other platforms. And we're like, hey, where'd you go to dinner? I was like, I went to TikTok Grove.
You did. It's the other Grove right next to it, but everyone's dancing.
But everyone's dancing. It's fun. It's more fun. I'd rather go to TikTok Grove.
It would be way more fun. Damn it.
Where'd you go to? I go to TikTok Disneyland. Their mouse dances. Your mouse doesn't.
That's true. That's fucking true. Oh, man. Okay. Well, all I'm saying is I just want to call this 20 years in the future. We lost.
Yeah.
And we look back and we're old and we're like, should have known with TikTok.
Yeah, we lost. It's over. China beat America.
Like in general?
Yeah, it's over.
Oh. You're going to go back to opening up our live shows with marching to the Chinese national anthem?
I was way ahead of my time.
You were.
I showed respect for you guys. I want you to remember that when you annihilate us. Like, you remember, I took care of you.
Yeah? They'll just come in the room, pull you out, and then fuck us all up.
Even when you guys are doing your roundups, remember me.
Just remember
me and my family.
What's up with, what's her name, by the way? The Peng Shui.
You know, that it's not the sexy topic of the moment anymore. It's over.
Okay. Rough. Okay. Hey, D, you want to talk about Ledger real quick?
Of course.
What's going on? They're hopping in the NFT biz. These guys are just working.
They are everywhere. You can now use rainbow.me on your Ledger to display your NFTs.
I mean, I feel like they're so fast over there at Ledger.
They are basically becoming the hub of crypto. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I feel like it's just one thing after another. It feels like every week when a new thing happens,
there's another update.
They respond.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're using it. We love it. I have 2 ledgers now. I've decided both of them to go to my kids.
Oh.
Each one, I'm going to put the same amount of money in each.
For each kid.
And be like...
But you should like buy some little NFTs and stuff.
What NFT should I buy?
You should buy...
a lot of hocus pocus out there.
A lot of hocus pocus. There's this new one
that's coming from Ferocious.
So he's expensive. We can't afford
There's this new project that everyone's talking about.
Tell me more.
Let me.
What's funny is on our run on Saturday, someone asked me about some NFT, and I was like, it sounds like hocus pocus. And Dominic in the stroller was like, Dada, what's hocus pocus? And I was like, it's magic. And he's like, oh, magic's good. And I was like, nah. Bullshit.
You'll see, Dom. The world's made up of a lot of hocus pocus.
Shattering.
Keep on strolling. Demigods NFT.
Ooh.
Jordan, you know anything about this?
I like demigods.
That's what all the kids are talking about.
They're half gods.
All the rappers. I don't know about actual NFT people. So please don't take that advice seriously.
So rainbow.me and you can get your demigod up.
Get all of it. Display it. Go check out Ledger. Let's get back into the episode. Okay, topic jump again. Gopuff.
Yeah.
So Gopuff is...
Are you a big Gopuff guy?
No. I'm not. I've never even... All I see is Gopuff billboards, but I always just think it's for weed delivery.
Yeah.
But apparently it's not. It's the perfect name for a weed delivery place, but apparently it's all groceries. It's like a Instacart.
They even own Bevmo. Gopuff bought Bevmo.
Who are these people? They're about to raise money at a $40 billion valuation.
They raised a convertible note, raising $1.5 billion with a valuation up to 40. So they can raise the money up to $40 billion. I cannot believe this business is worth this much. Do you know anyone that uses GoPuff? Do you guys know anyone that uses GoPuff?
I've never once.
So we have Jordan and Tim in the studio. They're under 30. GoPuff became very, very popular on college campuses. And from what I heard...
That's what we've heard, though.
I've heard because you could order like vapes and vape cartridges and snacks. And
so maybe it is a lot of puffing.
Yeah, it is. And I think
they're trying to turn into more groceries.
Yes, and now they went and bought Bevmo and they're doing all these other things. They're going IPO apparently in the spring of 22.
This feels like China. They're on us again.
Go talk.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
$40 billion. We don't know one person who uses it. And it's clearly some sort of puffing delivery service. They clearly are not delivering apples.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Go vegetables. Yeah, that's not happening.
This just feels a little sketch. I don't know. But
it's wild to me how many people still are vaping all day, every day.
Yeah.
When I was at the Grove, you know what I realized about vaping? It's how discreet people do it. They're just like, they put their hand
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
No smell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, vaping's still hot.
Yeah.
Because you know what else is? I don't think that there was ever, or maybe this didn't get the media coverage, but like popcorn lung was about all we got.
Yeah.
As far as like, here are the effects, or someone died from vaping, or look at the lung of a vapor.
The problem is everyone loves popcorn.
Put some in your lungs. Store it in there.
If you're going to create a disease, you got to come up with a better name. Yeah, popcorn is beloved.
Yeah. It should be called devil lung.
Yeah. Or it should be called like death lung.
The death lung. I'd like to get an update on that because I think that's part of it. Is it's still kind of looked at as like a healthier way to suck up some nicotine.
Yeah, I mean,
which maybe it is.
Shockingly see so many people still vape all the time.
Yeah, vaping's hot. Okay, so Gopuff. This is interesting. We talked about, we've talked a lot about like people, not being able to hire people, the great resignation, everyone quitting their jobs, all that stuff. Couple things. We have a story here about how 15% of unemployed people say that they aren't working due to mental health problems. Mm-hmm. I also saw a video or an article about how
TikTok,
about how a large portion of young people aren't working because of like health, like obesity related problems. So the point is, like, I'm just saying, if you take it as
so they're fat and depressed.
Yeah. If you take it as a whole, what it would look like is that people, we just think like, oh, everyone's
large
selfish.
People?
I said that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry. People of all sizes.
All sizes matter.
What?
All sizes matter.
It's true. I agree. I'm here to stand by that. It would seem that if you took the perception of this problem now, you're not saying like, oh, everyone's selfish, everyone's lazy, everyone's just buying NFTs. There's actually like this huge problem where a lot of people feel too anxious or depressed to go to work at a normal job. People are overweight and unhealthy and feel not fit.
I think this is a function of work from home. If you had to go to the office, You just suck it up and do it. When you get to stay at home, you're like, I don't feel like working.
I also think that this is one thing that you don't relate to that I think I understand a little bit more is if you are predisposed to like social anxiety, it's just like being conditioned, just like anything else. So if you go to the office every day, you just get used to it, you deal with it, it's normal. But if you just took 2 years at home, I think there's people who probably developed like social anxiety that never had it.
Yeah,
and the thought of going to an office and seeing all those people is scary now when it never was before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that. I just think, 16% is a pretty big number saying they're not working because of mental health problems. And I'll be honest, I think if I were to guess, I think 100% of people have mental health problems.
Well, yeah.
Everyone's dealing with something.
Yeah.
Right? Like it might be family issues, health issues, personal issues, whatever it is. So to me, it's like there's a portion of the population is using that as an excuse.
Yeah.
And so what are we supposed to do? Because like the rest of us have to go on and go to work and like we have to provide for our families. And so it's like, I'm like, I don't know. Like you have the luxury of just like walking. If you're a young person, you have the luxury. You're not taking care of anyone. You just walk away and say, I have mental health issues. Fuck it.
But that's eventually going to catch up. You can't do that forever.
No, you can. But people with families can't do it at all. Like,
well, that's true.
Like I'm sure there's plenty of people who have 3 kids and like they're like, you can't just not come home with money.
Yeah. But some people are really, I don't know. My perspective is a little different in the sense of I bet a percentage of these people have very real problems that I don't want to take anything away from, need help, need all that stuff. I do think that...
I agree with that. So get the help. Why do you have to quit your job?
Well, sure, I agree. I don't know. Look, as opposed to the normal like climate of work like pre-COVID, I think all the same rules still apply.
Yeah.
Like if you're having trouble, go get the help, whatever. But I do think, and this is probably in some worlds not a popular opinion, but luckily way more popular than the one you just shared, is you went first as the bad guy.
Yeah.
Is like, I just get this feeling that like, look, man, it's been a crazy couple years. You've been stuck at home. It's been super scary. I get it. But like someone's got to tell people like, get back out there. Like you gotta, like it's like, it reminds me of like.
You need an ass kicking. Everyone needs an ass kicking.
Yeah, you need that person to say like, just go.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be all right.
I think it's going to happen politically when like all of it becomes extremely conservative over the next couple of years.
Or you're going to have like a fucking crazy homeless problem. Like what happens if they don't go the way that you're saying and you just have like a homeless problem or you have a way bigger problem?
Yeah. I mean, that's possible, but I think most of society, despite whatever mental health issues they're claiming, like to live a certain standard of life and they're going to figure it out. It's just, we have, between stimulus and kind of other employment insurance and all these things that we've given people a pass.
Yeah.
Like, go figure it out. Like, we're giving you time. To be fair, specifically in America, the government gave us a lot of time.
Yeah.
They gave us fucking money. They handed out a lot of money to let people figure things out.
Yeah.
Like you could have earned, if you lived in California, like $4 or $5 grand a month without doing anything for 18 months.
Yeah. I mean, we know people.
If in 18 months, if you did not figure out what you should do and didn't get your mental health right,
yeah,
too fucking bad.
But here's the problem, is the too fucking bad can come back to be a whole nother problem.
I agree. It's going to be a bigger problem because we know most people are not self-aware enough to like actually be like, you know what? I got 18 months. I just got all this money.
Yeah.
I'm going to go figure it out. No, you know what? I'm going to get me some Gucci, some Louis, and then the money ran out. Fuck America.
Yeah.
Like, that's just reality.
But we're going to have to deal with that.
Yeah, we're going to deal with it. And it's...
But what's that? More stimulus?
No, it's going to be...
UBI?
No, it's going to be fucking horrendous consequences for those people. Yeah. Because guess what? We were in a very liberal time.
Yeah.
And that shit's over.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. Like, I'm a very liberal person. And that shit's over. I know no one I know wants to be liberal anymore.
Yeah.
They just don't.
Yeah.
And that's a big fucking problem for trying to keep balance in society.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be like, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck everyone.
Yeah.
Off with your head.
I feel like the worst thing that you can do for someone, for a lot of people, is make the world seem very, very scary for 2 years and polarized and evil while giving them money to stay home.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we literally like paid people to become depressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because so many people, like, we also have a little bit of a different mindset of like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're watching the news and like getting angry or getting like petrified.
I'm not watching the news, period.
Exactly.
And-
Or
and-
like scared in our houses of COVID. Or
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know.
like, here's the problem. To your point, exactly. Like, people read and see things, and they get emotional over it.
Yeah.
I mean, I read something, and I'm like, it's unfortunate or it's sad that that happened, but I'm practical and objective about it.
Yeah.
Most people are like, they watch the local news, and they're like at dinner, like, goddamn crime in my city. Like,
God damn. Damn snowflakes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's over.
Yeah.
That sentiment is going to spread
But it's
really,
like-
really quickly, and that's it. It's over. Like, it doesn't even matter what I think or believe. I already know how people think because I'm hearing it daily when I see messages when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, we're about to be a very, very different country in the next
Yeah.
couple of years.
It's going to be a scary combination because to me, that timing is going to work out perfectly where that group that we're talking about would be like needing the most help.
Yeah,
And it's going to switch to a group of people that aren't trying to help.
exactly.
It just feels to me, the part that I feel bad for, I do think there are a lot of people that just need like that kick in the butt to say, hey, like go shake it off and get going. But I think that there's a lot of people that aren't going to do that or that have more serious problems that the last 2 years was perfectly built to make someone depressed.
Yeah.
You can't, like when you pay people to stay home, I think there's this thought with like UBI that like, oh, if we take care of your basic needs, you just get to go be creative with the rest of your time. And you're going to go start businesses and make art.
That was exactly like the gas cone mentality. Is like, as long as we don't prosecute non-violent juvenile offenders, those people will be given a better shot at life, which we all agree is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
The problem is there's always people that exploit it.
Yeah. It's so much
That's
harder
what
than like
we
a blanket.
underestimated is that like people always exploit every situation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. To me, that feels like one of the biggest problems that's like bubbling up under the surface.
Yeah. I mean, I think I don't even know if it's in this, bubbling anymore. It's there. And like,
I just think this is nothing compared to what's coming. You know what I mean? Like if people are saying right now, we're just learning like, oh, a lot of people don't want to go back to work because they're depressed and they have mental health things. Wait till no help comes for a year. That's going to be really bad.
yeah, I mean, I hope that most of society then wakes up and decides that like, I have to make a living or have to work.
You know what I wish is I wish we had someone with that message. Like I wish we had a real leader that would like say positive, motivating messages about why you need to get back out there and how it is not as scary as you think and how you can do it. And everything's just an argument. This is why we need The Rock in the Oval. You know what I mean? He'd do that little song he's been doing. We stay hungry, we devour. You heard that?
yeah.
You put that thing over the loudspeaker. We're out of here.
What's crazy is I actually do believe most young people are so ambitious, so aggressive, and they want to achieve like whatever they want to achieve in life. But like, if we don't push them as a society, they're gonna give up.
But we don't like motivate anyone.
No, we're just like, the problem is like, you don't want, I'll give you a perfect example. My kid plays soccer on Sundays. We went to soccer practice today. He basically, our oldest, he's not really into it yet. Like he's just kind of getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
Today he was into it. And he was kicking the ball. He was running, chasing down. He was fucking elbowing the kid. And
You're like, yeah.
Me as like, I used to coach young kids growing up. Like that was like a thing I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very aggressive and I would like, let's go, like, kick their ass. Like that was the type of person I am.
Yeah.
And I felt weird cheering my son on.
Oh yeah.
Like,
because it's like not the norm anymore.
Yeah. And like Haley was like, let's go, Dominic. Good job. Keep going. Score a goal. Like whatever it was. He's not into it. He's never been to it. But like I felt weird screaming that in front of all the parents.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I was like, fuck, that's kind of weak.
Yeah.
Like not encouraging my kid to be the best at that moment.
Isn't it kind of weird though how that's become like you there's like a tone that changes.
Yeah.
Because that was like, I would say from like
when I was growing up, every parent was like, kick his ass, Johnny, go,
like,
go.
And I was gonna say like as far back as forever.
Yeah.
Right. And then now it's like this different thing.
And so when I think of America, I think of American exceptionalism as like always strive for the best,
Elbow
strive for
that
the greatest.
kid.
Yeah. Because unfortunately in real life, if you don't fucking elbow that kid, you're gonna take your fucking money, take your lunch.
Yeah. And then soccer ball.
Yeah. And then like, you know what TikTok is doing? They're elbowing us. They're kicking us in the nuts.
Yeah.
And taking our lunch.
Yeah. And you can't even cheer for your damn kid.
Yeah. And I can't cheer for my kid publicly because I look like a fucking pig.
We might have to move to Texas.
Yeah. Seriously.
I bet they're still cheering for kids there.
Yeah. And I think that's a big problem in America is like, when you look at like, and I get like raising a child when I'm saying that, I get why it makes sense for me not to say anything to, positively reinforce my kid. But then when you look at a macro level from like global competition, I'm like, fuck.
Well, that's the scary part.
That's the part where I get scared.
Yeah.
How I live my little life, my kid will be fine and whatever, we'll go on.
Yeah.
But macro level, when I look at like, in China,
they don't give a fuck.
They're just
taking
like,
the
yeah,
weakest
you know
kid
what?
on that soccer
When you
team.
see Dominic, kick him in the nuts.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
They take the weakest kid on the soccer team. You never see him again. It's like the Spartans. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because I will say, like, I am very compassionate for people who have, their struggles and who need help and stuff like that. But at the same time, sometimes I think the best advice is like, you got to get out there.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't know. I feel like the same thing that we complain about all day, which is like armed robberies on every corner in LA, is born out of compassion.
Yeah.
That was a compassionate policy.
Yeah.
That led to like people getting shot.
Absolutely.
It's really interesting. Okay. That's all we got. Any shout outs?
I don't know. Do we?
What about John here?
Well, our guy John from Daddy-O just dropped us off with the most insane Christmas package I've ever seen.
So if you're a diehard listener, John last year, was that last year?
It might be 2 years ago now.
Jesus. John wrote us a
book,
a Christmas book about us. It was like a Christmas carol, but about the three of us. And then this year,
he took it over to another level.
He really upped it a notch.
So he gave us like a little coffee mug, like a hot cocoa mug with our faces on it, a stocking, which, this is basically Bigfoot's foot.
It's Bigfoot's foot. I think he's trying to insinuate lots of gifts.
Yeah, lots of gifts.
You fill that thing up.
And then a scarf, which is unbelievable.
I got to say, we kind of look like three Indian brothers here.
Everyone looks...
Am I wrong? I mean, we almost look like the same person.
It really does.
You have to look close to realize that's
I'll be honest, Drama might look like the most Indian.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying. I think I'm in. Ever since you guys gave me the H card pass.
Yeah, and then we got some packing tissue with group chat on it. Incredible work, John. This is unbelievable.
I mean, the detail here, John.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're watching on video, look at this packing tape. And I'll be honest, with all of our years spent in the apparel game,
we've never done this.
This is hard to do.
Yeah.
This is a real quality. This isn't like some screen print on a...
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Okay. John, you outdid yourself, man.
You really did.
Happy holidays. Any other shout outs?
Yeah, I've got one from Carlos Chicali, who wants to give himself a birthday shout out.
Oh, wow.
Birthday's today.
Why not?
Celebrating his 29th birthday. He said, I also wanted to shout out the whole group chat team for motivating me to start my own podcast.
Nice.
Oh, and for finally getting on the group chat Instagram story.
Nice.
Good for you. Shout out to you. And congrats on the pod.
Yes.
I really think we should look into Cameo.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do it for Christmas.
I think we should.
One day only.
That could also be our shout outs, maybe, or one day only.
Yeah.
Cover everybody.
Carlos, you should have plugged your podcast. You didn't tell me what the name
Carlos,
of
you
it
didn't
was.
fucking plug your podcast.
You should have
You
given
blew
me some
it.
info.
What were you talking about? American exceptionalism? And you can't drop a link?
Yeah, I mean, our Chinese listeners would have been plugging.
Yeah, they would have already.
This is my podcast. This is my business. And if you don't do it, break your leg.
Yeah, we'll break your fucking leg. Sheesh. Okay, is that all we got?
That's it.
That's all we got. Guys, thank you for listening. See you on Tuesday.